Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to announce that Highguard is literally one of the games of all time, if not the game of all time. Yup, I said it. Yup, clap it up, clap it up. Okay guys, but in all seriousness though, I know for a fact this game has been getting a whole bunch of attention as of late, and people are already hating on the game non-stop, especially on social media, whether it's Twitter or Reddit or TikTok, even Steam. I've seen a whole bunch of Steam reviews saying, oh, this game's trash, this game is Concord 2, this game is about to flop, Concord died, so this game could crawl and be on life support. Like, listen, I get it, okay? When I first saw that reveal trailer back in December, I didn't really think much highly of the game whatsoever. I thought it was going to be one of those typical games that would get released either as a free-to-play game or it would be live service. That was it. That was it for me. I did not know what to expect with this game whatsoever. However, up until recently, I have been seeing this game getting so much bad reviews all over the internet. It has been getting trolled non-stop, even before I touched this game. And low-key, me personally, I was contemplating whether I should even try this game out or not. And not gonna lie, my mind was telling me, no, don't you dare give this game a shot. You saw the reviews, stay away from it. However, my body, on the other hand, legit told me, you know what? Is this game really as bad? We cannot knock it until we try it, am I right? So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and give this game a fair chance. You know what I'm saying? So why not? Let's see exactly what all the fuss is about. And so I did just that. I literally tried to get into the game blind. You know, I tried to pretend like I didn't see any of the reviews or videos whatsoever. I legit pretended like I was entirely brand new to Highguard. And the next thing you know, after going through the tutorial, which didn't take me as long to get through, thankfully, I was like, what could go wrong? And so the first thing I did was, believe it or not, I went straight to Discord and went into the High Ground server and looked for a teammate. And thankfully, one dude from that Discord actually managed to accept my offer, and he introduced me to the game with the 3v3 raid mode, okay? Now, here's a reason as to why I even went to Discord in the first place, okay? I've heard from somebody on YouTube, right, that if you play with a group of friends, the game could actually be worth your time. And so, playing with a group of friends, I've heard, is a better time than playing by yourself. So imagine me going into a game solo, in which, you know, in case I get bored, I wouldn't mind doing, because I normally queue up solo in Marvel Rivals, so that's really no different. But with a game like this that just came out, mind you, I wouldn't imagine how much of a big waste of time that would be, in my personal opinion, okay? I just cannot imagine it, not one bit. So I had no choice but to go to Discord and look for a teammate, and thank God I did. This dude legit helped me out, so that way I could get used to playing this game, since I am a brand new person here, okay? So throughout my first match or two, and mind you, I only played 2 matches so far within the first hour or so, so I didn't really get that deep into the game just yet. That's why I'm trying to give it some time to sink in, hopefully, if it can survive, that is. So that way, when I do sink in more hours, I'm pretty sure my opinion could change over time. But right now, consider this my first impressions of some sort, you know what I'm saying? So from my personal experience of playing Highguard, well, it's a game. It's a game that exists. It's free to play. The gameplay, it's there. That's about it. Okay, I'm just going to get it out of the way right now. Highguard isn't anything special, in my opinion, okay? And I'm probably going to be one of the select few people who would tell you this out the gate. Is this game as terrible as these folks make it seem? Realistically, looking back at my own experience of this game thus far, this game isn't the worst game in the world, at least not yet, okay? Granted, it just came out. I rarely came across bugs or glitches or issues or anything of that matter. Thankfully, I haven't. But I could easily tell that they are still there. I just got a feeling, and on top of that, I've heard that the issues are so bad that once you complete a match, the game literally takes you right back to the flipping main menu, bro. I'm not joking. I'm sure you might have heard about this issue already, but from what I've seen and heard, by the way, the game's issues are so bad that even when you get kicked out, it can still take you as long as like 2 to 5 minutes at best to search for a match while matchmaking. game of the freaking year. Am I right? Okay, guys, but let's be real here, okay? Highguard, like I said, isn't really anything to write home about. Now, what I will say is this, okay? The gameplay, at least from what I've experienced, it's there. You know, it functions, it plays properly from my understanding. Though at the same time, it's not anything new. It's not like anything that we haven't seen before. And I'm sure a whole bunch of games that will come out after this won't be any different either. You know, I can tell you that. Here's my thing though. For some weird reason, it feels like whenever I look at this game, I simply cannot help but to think of other games. Like, for instance, the gameplay reminds me so much of Destiny 2, and not in a good way. The traversal, the ziplining reminds me so much of Valorant or whatever. I know it's a weird comparison, but hear me out. The world itself, the maps, look at the maps. The maps reminds me so much of this game I've heard about called Paladin. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong on the title. Bro, the game tries so hard to be everything at once. I'm telling you, it's not even funny. This game had the absolute nerve to claim that this has been built from the ground up from the same veteran developers who've made not only Apex Legends, in which I haven't touched in forever, but also Titanfall, a franchise that had so much potential, yet it died after 2 games. They've literally went from Titanfall to this. A decade later. Think about that for a second. They went from action-packed gameplay with mecha robots to something as generic as a 3v3 PvP free-to-play game with microtransactions by an independent studio, in which I am not mad at. They want to make their own studio? Great, have at it. But this is what you guys came up with after years. And don't even get me started on the marketing. Now, I've heard that Jeff Keighley was glazing the living mess out of this game since the Game Awards when the game was first revealed. Even though the game completely went DOA, it went completely silent. They went ghost on us after several weeks since that event, just to come back by saying, oh, the game is coming out in a few weeks, in January, stay tuned. And on top of that, Jeff Keighley had the absolute nerve to literally promote the flipping mess out of this game on Twitter, giving the game so much high praise like it's the best thing we've seen since sliced flipping bread, dude. Give me a break, okay? He's literally out here making it seem like this could be the potential game of the year of 2026. I guarantee you, when this game gets nominated for a game award, it's all because of him. Now, don't be shocked if this game falls under the Player's Choice category, because you know why. Because I told you so. I guarantee it, okay? Now, I get it, it's early to say, but I guarantee you, one way or another, he's going to figure out a way to literally slip that game in that nomination list. I bet you that. Buddy over here thinks he's slick. Oh, man. I mean, like, what is there for me to say about Highguard? I mean, it's clear as day. This game, at least to me, isn't all the way terrible yet, because I have yet to get fully deep into this game. But right now, as it stands, this game is nothing special, nothing to write home about. It might not be a Game of the Year contender, I know that for sure. That's 100% guaranteed, okay? No matter what Jeff Keighley says on the internet. What's even crazier is that this game had the nerve to post a roadmap, right? For the first 5 seasons full of quote-unquote content, all within this year, okay? We have 5 seasons at the moment for 1 year. Seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And bro, I guarantee you, with how the game is looking right now at this very moment, I guarantee you this game wouldn't even make it past season 2. Better yet, season 3. In fact, I would give it like 8 to 9 months before this game becomes available for free on PS Plus. That is where this game stands right now. That is the foreseeable future that we can see for this game. Okay, the devs might not think it, but we can, because we can literally see through the so-called smoke and mirrors, bro. It's nothing new. Now, I know how much people love to troll saying that this game is the next Concord, okay? Saying that it's Concord 2. Here's my take, okay? And listen to me good. This game might not be the new Concord yet, but if the devs do not give these players any meaningful content that could have the absolute potential to boost this game's popularity and longevity just a tad bit more, unless they do that, this game is not not that far off from being another Concord example, okay? It will be right there next to Concord, in that same graveyard that Concord was once buried in, okay? Among other hero shooters like Battleborn, Paragon, among other games. I'm telling you, it's going to have a tombstone right next to Concord. Better yet, they could share the same tombstone together. I can just see it now, bro. They might share a tombstone together, like a bunk bed. That right there is the foreseeable future for Highguard, okay? You know what? I've had enough talking about this game. I'm sure you guys have had enough too. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about Highguard so far? Have you even bothered touching this game yet? If you did, what do you guys think about the game so far? If you somehow did enjoy my first impressions / mini rant of this game, hit that like button. And as always, if you guys are new, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. Bro, I cannot take it no more. Matter of fact, here's what I'll do. I'll save you guys some time and justice. Check this out. Thank you for watching and take care. I'm out.